Good evening, guys. I hope you had a great holiday and I hope everyone is doing fine. We're going to continue to read. We're in John 20. Let's see here. We're almost done with the book of John. We're going to be going on to the book of Acts next week. We'll take a weekend break. Let's pick it up in John 20 here. We're almost done with John. Isn't that something? We've come all the way through. So, John 20. It says the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The first day of the week, come Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and see if the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Now in 19, Jesus was buried. He was hung on the cross. And Pilate wrote the King of the Jews on his forehead, and he had a crown of thorns. And the crowd said, right, that he said he was the King of the Jews. And Pilate said, I'm not going to change what I wrote, the King of the Jews. Because, he questioned Jesus and he said, is that true to you? You said you're the King of the Jews? And he said, I am what I said I am. I'm the King of the Jews. That's what he said. And so he basically asking him, he said, everybody want me to kill you. He said, but I don't have no reason. I have no reason to hang you. He had no reason, but because he was in power, and that's what the crowd demanded, and that's what the synagogue and the priests and all the people demanded there in Rome. He went ahead and did what he was told, but he was in the president, so to speak. He was the king that time, so he believed himself that he was the king of the Jews. I believe he believed himself from what he was saying in the scripture. But let's go ahead to the 20. It says, now, after he had been crucified, they took him down to bury him, and his bones were not broken. He was buried as he was hung. They did not break his bones. So they took him down and took him to the grave. And here we pick up at 20. I'm a little sleepy, guys. Bear with me here. The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth and cometh to Simon Peter, and to the other disciples, whom Jesus loved, and saith unto them, they have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple, and came to the sepulchre. So they ran both together, and the other disciples did outrun Peter, and came first to the sepulchre, to the grave. And he stooping down, and looking in, saw the linen cloths laying. Yet went he not in. He saw the clothes that Jesus was wrapped in. The linen cloth was laying on the ground, but Jesus was not in those cloths. With the cloth, they wrapped him in the cloth and laid him in the grave. He was not in there. Then cometh Simon Peter following him, and went into the grave, and seeth the linen cloths lie there. They both saw that. And the napkins that was about his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but wrapped together in a place by itself. Then went in also the other disciples, which came first to the grave, and he saw and believed. For as yet they knew not the sepulchre that he must rise again from the dead. Amen. Then the disciples went away again unto their own home. Okay. Matthew 9 is saying, Matthew 22 through 29. Just 1 second. Let me reference that. Hold on. This is Matthew 22. Matthew 22 and 29. They did not know yet about him being risen. I believe that's what it's going to say. Hold on a second. So I don't believe they really knew what to think when they saw these linen cloths laying on there. You know, they don't know what to think. Let's just see what it says. It says here, 1 second, Matthew 22, 29. Jesus answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. Matthew 22, Jesus answered, therefore in the resurrection, whose right shall we be? Okay, I don't know if I had picked up the wrong scripture for that. Luke 24 and 40. It says, For as yet they knew not the scripture that he must rise again. So they did not know yet the scripture about him rising again. Let's go on to John 20 and 11. Jesus appears to Mary Magdalene. But Mary stood without at the sepulchre weeping. And as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the grave, and seeth two angels in white sitting, the one at the head and the one at the feet, where the body of Jesus had lain. And they say unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She said unto them, Because they have taken away the Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back and saw Jesus standing, and knew not that it was Jesus. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, saith unto him, Sir, if there have borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. And Jesus saith unto her, Mary. She turned herself and said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. Jesus saith unto her, Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them that I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God. Amen. So he had given her a message to tell the disciples that it was time that he would ascend. Okay, so Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that had happened to him, that had happened. Okay, I'm getting a little bit sleepy. This is the end of 20. Let's see here. We're going to pick up on the end of 20 later on, guys. I'm going to take a break, okay? Because I don't want to be slurred. I'm just so sleepy right now. I'm going to take a quick break and we're going to pick up because this is important right here. The reason this is important is because Jesus resurrected from the dead. this is verse 20 is talking about Jesus has arise. He hasn't ascended to heaven to be with the Father, but he has awakened from the dead. And he's walking about doing things. We're going to see what's going to happen in the next chapter. But the disciples came, two of them came to the grave to see, and they could see that the body was not there, and that, nobody stole the body, but he had came up out of the clothing. The clothing he was wrapped in was laying there. So that's a sign that he awoke and he came up to the clothing. Okay, the linen was laid to the side. Okay, guys, we're going to pick up the end of 20 when I get back. Take a break.